Hi, welcome along to the second lesson of straight line. This one we're going to concentrate on drawing the equation of a straight line which takes the form y equals mx plus c. In the previous video you would have seen us doing this, drawing and using a table of values. Now what we're learning to is just to become more confident in producing linear graphs when they're presented in this form y equals mx plus c, and we're going to do this using a table of values, and you'll see these table of values become the corresponding coordinates. So in the previous video we looked at y equals 2x. We had the horizontal in the top line being x and on the bottom was your y. Now we took values either side of 0. We took 1 and 2 to the right hand side and -1 and -2 to the left hand side. Knowing that the y here is equal to 2 times the x values. They're equals, it's an equation, there's a presence of the equal sign. Now the corresponding y values here were -4 for x is -2, -2 for x is -1, 0 for x is 0, 2 for x is 1, and 4 for x equal to 2. Okay, so if you're not following this, please watch that first video on creating the table of values. Now I've got this set up in DESMOS so we can see it using the computer package. If we just pause for a second, there is up here a contest. Have a wee read at that. If you wish to explore DESMOS a wee bit further. Now, DESMOS sets this up vertically, okay? So our x value is the same as what we had, and then this is our corresponding y value. So x, -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2, and the corresponding y values. This is our equation that we had, okay? So y is equal to 2 times x. Alright, so these values here, the input, right, the input into the equation was -2, and the output was -4. So that becomes a coordinate -2, -4 down here. Alright, let's just put a dot there. And then we can continue that on. So -1 and -2, corresponding coordinate. And then 0 and 0 from here. 1 and 2 and 2 and 4. Okay, so here we have the coordinates and they have produced a straight line. Okay, so this is why they're called linear equations. Now, when we've got that table set up in DESMOS, we can click this, alright, and it will plot every single point rather than needing to write down individually each coordinate. Okay, and if you had a blank screen and there was nothing else here, so let's just say none of this was here, and you wanted to see what your equation looked like after doing the table of values and plotting it, say in your jotter, you're just typing it in, y equals 2x. Okay, and there it is. Alright, and you can unclick that if you don't want to see it. Right, that was unclicked. Okay, and you can change the colours and do all sorts of things there with it as well. Okay, now what I'd like to point out, you'll notice that this straight line here goes on forever. Okay, right, so if I just drag that, it's going on forever, never, never. Right, the ones that we had over here just were plotted between those points on x, -2 and 2. We had restricted that between -2 and 2. Right, so if I wanted to restrict it, then we would write this in. Okay, now that didn't work. because I've not clicked it. Right, so we have restricted that. You should know that this straight line goes on forever and ever. You have to have a full grasp that this function is continuous unless we do restrict it. Okay, now if we go back to the slides, you can try a couple of questions for yourself, right? So your 3x minus 4 and your y equals 3x plus 2. And you'll notice that I've just changed the x values. It's important that you don't just stick to those 5 values, the 2 either side of 0. Let's make sure that you understand that that straight line goes on forever unless you restrict it. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.